All right. I call the meeting to order. Trustee Johnson is excused. Everyone else is in attendance. Stand to the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to review the agenda and should be familiar with it this time around. Otherwise, we'll be looking for a motion to consent the agenda.
I'll make your motion to consent the agenda.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second? Second. First by Studi, second by Hinkle. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. New business. Selection of caucus chair and 2 certifiers at the 2023 Village Caucus. So instead of having the clerk do it, we do some reading on this, and there is no issue with myself doing it unless I'm running, and I am not running and ineligible if I'm chair, so that works out doubly. So unless if there's any issues, please let me know. Otherwise, I will be the caucus chair, and I will look for 2 certifiers if we have. It's not too much involved with it. All right, I have my certifiers. Trustee Studi and Trustee Stein. All right. And since there's no question, other nomination, we'll go with acclamation on that. Next then, nomination for 3 Board of Trustee positions with 2-year terms at $2,000 a year. All right. And again, these are, not again, excuse me, going through this with others. These are at-large positions, so we can accept nominations up to 6 before we have to go to a vote. If there is more than 6 positions, what we will do is we will have a raise your hands and vote scenario. Is there any issues with that? All right, that'll be the format. So at this point, I will open up the floor for nominations for the 3 Board of Trustee positions. You standing?
Kurt Rood, 3525 Taylor Avenue, nominate Laura Rood for trustee.
All right. We have a second.
I second.
Excellent. Okay, any other nominations?
Alicia Gasser, nominate Ken Hinkle for trustee. Yeah, I'll second that.
Any other nominees?
Charles Gasser, 3264 North Elmwood. I nominate Alicia Gasser for trustee.
There we have the first. Is there a second?
A second.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? All right. With no other nominations then, we will close the trustee portion and we will move on to village president. So the village president, it's a 2-year term, like the trustee position that would start in April, so that would be the 3rd Tuesday of the election month that your term would begin. And that one is $6,000 a year, trustees are $2,000 a year. So do I have any nominations for president?
Tom Mills, 3274 North Elmwood, to nominate Wendy Spencer.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Okay. Are there any other nominations?
Charles Gasser, 3264 North Elmwood Drive. I nominate Alicia Gasser for president.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any other nominations? And we would go vote if there was a third nomination.
I don't know, but I had a basketball game here in Franklin.
Anyone else?
One.
Okay, then, we will now close the nomination portion of the caucus, and with there being no other positions, that would be the end of the caucus. Caucus is adjourned. Thank you. Okay, call the meeting to order. Trustee Johnson is excused. All else are in attendance. Stand for the pledge. No, we're going to do it again. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hopefully everyone's had a chance to read the agenda and minutes. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a motion to consent the agenda with minutes.
Make a motion to consent the agenda and approve the minutes.
All right, we have a motion by Trustee Gasser. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Stein. You two are that close. You get this on the link. Okay, discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? You guys have it, so passed. Oh, excuse me, as I asked about it moments before, I overlooked it. Is there any public comment? All right. Jumping back in the line. Next item, report, sheriff's report.
Good evening, village board members, President Arnie Rossi, I'm Sergeant Fazio, Cushing County Sheriff's Office. Our report for the month of December, deputies spent more than 1 hour in the village, wrote 10 traffic citations for various traffic violations. These citations included 2 citations for operating a motor vehicle without insurance, 3 for speeding, 1 non-registration, 1 operating with out of valid license, and 1 failure to obey a traffic sign, 2 parking violations, and we handled approximately 43 calls for service. Deputies continue to maintain an active presence in the village of Elmwood Park. Assigned deputies as well as area cars will continue to safeguard residential areas and ensure business security after hours and conduct traffic prevention and enforcement in the spirit of community policing. Looks like an invoice total of $59.56. Any questions for me or concerns for me to pass up?
Comment on my end. Love seeing you guys when you're parked in the complex here. It makes the tenants feel safe. It raises awareness on Taylor. We do get a lot of concerns about traffic speed on Taylor. So thank you for your presence, and if you guys could, as the weather warms, well, in the next few months, then keep an eye on Taylor again. Then.
Of course, yes. If you guys have any specific concerns, like you notice a lot of extra speeders at certain times, either tell me or Lieutenant Garand, or just call our dispatch and say, hey, there's a lot of speeders, and we can create extra attention, or whatever your concern may be. I'm sure you guys are well aware. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna dip out though. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, President's report. At this point, most of my efforts, well, all of my efforts, maybe 1% otherwise, were directed at the hiring committee. We've done a lot of work, and we'll get to that later on. Trustee Gasser.
Nothing to report at this time?
Okay, Trustee Hinkle.
No report.
Trustee Johnson excused. Trustee Root.
As far as lighting, everything is good, but I had one thing I wanted to just bring up to the board. I don't know if you guys have noticed, the snowfalls that we've had so far this year have been very minimal. And I think the rule of law is after 2 inches, they come in and plow and salt. And I've seen the asphalt contractors out salting and plowing when we had just a dusting of snow. I mentioned to Chris before he left that a lot of times out in Union Grove where they're based, they'll get a lot more snow than we do here at the lake. We might get like that wet, heavy, slushy stuff, but they'll get a lot more snow out there. So I think it might be a good idea maybe to contact asphalt contractors and just say, hey, please check to see what our snow totals are before you come in here and put the plows down and you're just pushing, dusting some snow away. Because I'm just noticing here that the asphalt, $623.50.
For what day?
Here, just 12/13.
Okay.
So that's just something I thought should be brought up. We don't want to have them out there when they really don't need to be there.
All right. Any questions on it? Okay. Trustee Stein?
No report.
Trustee Studi?
No report.
Okay. Moving on. Old business. Item A, a motion to go into closed session pursuant to state statute 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, which is the village administrator, clerk treasurer, job description, and salary. All right, take a roll call.
Root, aye.
Gasser, aye.
Hinkle, aye.
Oh, excuse me, I am sorry, we need the motion. I am out of sorts tonight, I need a motion.
I'll move to go into closed session.
All right, we have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, first by Hinkle, second by Stein. All right, please roll call again, I'm sorry.
Root, aye.
Gasser, aye.
Hinkle, aye.
Rossi, aye.
Studi, aye. Stein, aye.
All right, we're in closed session. Okay, we are back in open session. Next item under old business, B, discussion and possible hiring of village administrator and/or clerk. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to table that.
All right, that's the motion.
Okay.
We have a motion to table, is there a second?
A second?
All right, first by trustee Studi, second by Gasser. Discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, so passed. Right. Next item, so just to follow up on that, we will have a special session, we're looking at next week, Thursday, to address this issue. Kendall, I will follow up with you afterwards. All right, next then, new business, a discussion and possible approval of building 3 sewage pumps replacement. So, what we have in this building right here, because of the elevation, the sewage gets pumped into gets dropped into a pit and then pumped out with 2 large pumps. One is, they're redundant. So one of them is starting to fail and the other one is not showing the best indicators. So what we have, Kurt works, and this is an issue we brought up before. The pumps weren't as noisy as they are now and we weren't reading so much draw. So as a pump draws more power, it's telling you, I need more power to do the same thing. I'm starting to fail. So Kurt got pricing for replacing the 2 pumps. We have Carlson, Mechanical Associates, Finer, and MPC. The recommendation from Kurt, which I do agree with, is to proceed with the Finer quote. And the difference here is we have $10,000 for replacing the 2 pumps. And the Carlson price is $6,933 to replace the 2 pumps. The difference is Carlson has quoted smaller pumps. So they have a 0.5 horsepower unit for the Carlson quote and then a 1.5 horsepower unit on the Finer quotes. So they're substantially different pumps. The cost of this is the pumps. It's very expensive. And then the rest of them going through, we have a smaller pump on the Maui one, I think it's a 1 horsepower pump at $17,000. And then on the NPC one, I believe it was 1.5, but they're $15,500, which still makes them Finer, the lowest, keeping the pumps in an adequate size.
I don't think Peterson even indicates horsepower size.
I think he talked to them, that's where he, but either way, I mean, with small pumps, large pumps, whatever it is, we've got the adequate size of finer than 5 grand less. So we'll go for it.
Finer says there's a 6-week lead time, where Carlson says there's no wait. Is that an issue?
No, we don't think they'll fail at that point because so there are redundant pumps.
So I'll back up.
Yeah, there's 2 floats, so one works and then the other one will work the next time. There's a control sequence that goes in there too. So if we do lose the one pump, they're both working right now, one is just starting to really struggle. This has been happening over the course of a year. So if that one does fail, we're on our backup pump essentially.
What horsepower pumps do we have right now?
I think they're 1.5.
Well, then we want to go with something the same.
Yep.
Is that what we asked them to quote them at, is 1.5, and Carlson just did 1.5?
They were brought in and told to replace the units.
Oh, okay, so that's what they thought.
Yeah, they took it a different way, maybe they don't have access to the same pumps, there's a multitude of reasons it could be.
Okay.
So at that point, if there's no other questions, we'd be looking for a motion.
I'll move to approve finer plumbing for the replacement of the sump pumps that we have in building 3.
In the amount of,
We're going to say $10,434.73, but I think we should have a little extra there, so I'm going to go to $12,000 here.
we have a motion on the table to approve pump replacement for the contractor Finer for the amount of not to exceed $12,000.
Second.
First by Root, second by Gasser. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, so passed. And this will be coming out of the building maintenance expense, or line item, which we still have some remaining.
Conflicts.
Complex, thank you. All right, next item, approval of accounts payable. Did everyone get a chance yet? Oh, yes, we did, excellent. Okay, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll move to approve accounts payable.
Excellent, we have a motion to approve accounts payable, trustee Stein. There's a
Second.
Second by Hinkle. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, so passed. No more business, we're adjourned. Thank you.